internet! I am Elliot the purple-haired doofus, and welcome back to... Ready, Player 1. We are discussing Chapter 0018. And I just have one very important question for you. Are you ready to dance? Okay, it's obvious I wasn't ready to dance, but are you ready to dance? Good. 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 I like that enthusiasm. Chapter 18 begins with Wade opening an email from Ogden Morrow and finding out that it is an invitation to his 73rd birthday party, which is normally the biggest blast of the year. My first instinct upon hearing about this invitation is not to go. It's a trap. Do not go. I just want to turn into Commander Admiral Akbar and just be like, it's a trap! But I don't, because reasons. Shut up, internet. Shoto, Dayato, and H are no-shows to the party. It turns out that all 5 of the high fives were invited, but only Wade and Artemis decided to attend. Wade describes going through an hour of primping his avatar, and it just kind of reminds me of getting ready for a big date, or a big event, or going out to meet people, you know, and you're just trying to figure out exactly what you want to look like, exactly who you want to attract. He decides to go with the suit from Buckaroo Banzai, because why the hell would you not go from the suit from Buckaroo Banzai if you could? That movie is amazing, and I defy anyone to tell me otherwise. I love that movie. Screw you guys. Then he starts talking about heading to the party, and it's in the DeLorean, and I'm like, oh, that's exciting. And then he starts talking about all the things that he tricked out with the DeLorean, and the more he describes about adding stuff, I'm just kind of thinking to myself, did he ruin the DeLorean? Because that's sacrilege. No! But he gets to the dance hall. It's this giant sphere that can house maybe 700 dancing people. You can walk around the edge on the inside of the sphere, and then in the center is like the dancing. And so you jump from the edge and you float around in the center and dance with people. I would not be in the center. I would be walking around the edge the entire party. Because as you saw, I cannot dance. And apparently neither can Wade, because he has to use a computer program to do it. But I'm getting ahead of myself. He walks into the party and he orders a pan-galactic gargle blaster. Yes! Because The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is my favorite book ever. It's pretty much what introduced me to reading for fun. So it was the very first book that I ever read for fun. Well, I wouldn't say it was the first book that I read for fun, but it was the first book that really excited that. Am I making sense? Wade orders his drink, and then he sees Artemis there, and she's decked out in this beautiful dress and looking stunning. He kind of just pauses like that and says, wow, you look amazing. And she says thanks, and she's like, are you going to dance? He's like, I don't really dance. And she's like, are you afraid to move your body to rhythm? And he's like, kind of. But then he watches her float into the center of the sphere using mermaid legs, and he follows suit. In order to make sure that he doesn't look like too much of a doofus, he employs a program called the Travolta.
Ha! Whew.
And what this program does is it helps him to dance and make it appear like he knows what he's doing in the virtual world. And then while they're dancing, it becomes apparent that this is the moment when he confesses his love to Artemis. And it begins the romance crap again. Artemis crushes his soul by denying the fact that they were ever even dating. And Wade takes it hard. It's not so much a story about romance anymore, now it's a story about heartbreak. And that hurts my soul. And because it's a story about heartbreak, it does make the story more bearable for me, but it also makes it so much more painful for me. Right about the point where Artemis says, we can't talk until one of us finds the egg, and they're about to go their separate ways, the Sixers come in. The Sixers all attack Artemis and Parzival. Or Wade. Everyone else is running away or fighting. Those are the only two options. You can either run away or fight in a fight. And Ogden Morrow kind of says, you think you can crash my birthday party? This is my celebration. And he just kind of obliterates all the Sixers. And it's amazing. After that, Wade looks around for Artemis to continue their conversation, sees Artemis in the exit that the Sixers had just made, and watches her leave. I have this feeling that Wade is going to go to H now. H is going to console Wade yet again. H is going to prove that he is the most awesome friend ever. That's pretty much how the chapter ends. I have a question for you that I would like you to reply in the comments if you are comfortable doing so. It's another one of those. Since this chapter was all about Wade experiencing heartbreak, when was the last time that you experienced true heartbreak like that? And I will answer that one tomorrow. Dear Lord, what have I done? But I have another question that I have to answer for you. And again, I'm thinking, dear Lord, what have I done? Because my question is, what was your first kiss like? Really? Elliot? Jesus. Okay, so here goes. I was late to the romance party. I was a late bloomer to relationships, romance, having a girlfriend, kissing people, making out, and all of that stuff. I didn't have my first kiss until I was 25. For some people, that seems crazy. For me, it felt completely normal because I didn't feel like I wanted to kiss anyone until I was secure enough to be in a relationship. And I didn't want a relationship in high school. I didn't want a relationship when I was in the military. So I had this relationship after I had gotten out of the military. We were at the bus stop where we first met. She kind of looks at me and says, "Why haven't you kissed me?" And I kind of look at her and say, "It's because I've never kissed anyone that way." And she kind of had to walk me through how to kiss, because I had no idea. For those who haven't experienced it yet, it's going to be awkward. It's going to be very awkward. Don't let that dissuade you from doing it more, though. Or seeking it out if you want it. But just know it's going to be awkward. My first kiss was incredibly awkward because I had no idea what to do. I had my lips. She had hers. Hers open. Mine stayed closed. Her tongue started to try and do things. Mine was just kind of flat on the bottom of my mouth because I had no idea what to do. Nothing worked right. It was weird. But after I learned how to do it, I learned to enjoy it. It's just that first kiss was so awkward. But I feel I've rambled on enough. If you don't know yet, the next book that I am reading is The Seventh Bride by T. Kingfisher. Go out, grab it if you haven't read it yet, buy it at a bookstore, borrow it from a friend, grab it from the library. Use whatever legal means necessary to get it if you want to read it before I start commenting on it. I have been the purple-haired doofus reminding you to clutch your pajama radius, and I will see you all in the next chapter of Ready Player One. Toodles!